Good evening, everyone. I am happy again today to be hosting this MTM exclusive live. Today, our guest is a very different person. So many of us know something called vyapaarjagat.com. Let's meet the person who is the actual person who is behind this vyapaarjagat.com. Dr. Pravin Parmar. We will meet him in a few seconds. Before that, let me give you a few some introduction about him as well as the FEMPRENEUR Awards that rather Vyapaar Jagat is hosting. So, what is this all about? What is Vyapaar Jagat? Who is Dr. Pravin Parmar? We haven't met him. We haven't seen him. So we have lot of questions. Why the awards? कौन जज करेगा? क्या होने वाला है? कैसे अवार्ड्स मिलेंगे? सबको मिलेंगे या सिर्फ मुझे मिलने वाला है? सबके मन में यही क्वेश्चंस है, राइट? So let's solve all our queries. I'll call upon him in a minute. Before that, let me give you a short introduction about him. अ, जैसे सब लोग अपनी जर्नी स्टार्ट करते हैं फ्रॉम समवेयर. नॉट एवरीबडी स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम ज़ीरो, नॉट एवरीबडी स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 10. सब अपनी अपनी जगह से अपनी अपनी जर्नी स्टार्ट करते हैं एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर. I got his Dr. Pravin Parmar's flyer, rather introduction from somewhere, rather वैशाली जी. एंड बहुत सारी चीज़ें लिखी हैं उसमें. एक चीज़ मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट कर गई, that his career path is from farmer to IT business. अब ये चीज़ मुझे it really made me think that imagine कि हम कितनी सारी डाइवर्स चीज़ें एक लाइफ में कर सकते हैं. हम सिर्फ यही करके बैठ जाएं और वी डिसाइड दैट दिस इज समथिंग आई एम गोना डू एंड देन सिट एंड रिलैक्स एंड डू ओनली दैट. वो हम एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते. Most of us have now diversified from, or rather doing so many things together apart from what we thought we were supposed to do or what we thought कि हम सिर्फ इसी में अच्छे हैं, right? So that is where multitasking mommies come in. That is where the multitasking comes in because हम माएँ ये तो जानती ही हैं कि मल्टीटास्किंग से के अलावा कोई चॉइस ही नहीं है. एंड वी लव टू डू इट एंड वी डू इट वेरी नेचुरली, एज अ मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट जैसे हम कर लेते हैं. पर हमारे जैसे काफ़ी सारे लोग हैं जो हु आर इन देयर जर्नी ऑफ बीइंग सुपर सक्सेसफुल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स. कुछ ऐसे भी लोग हैं जो दे आर स्टार्टिंग देयर जर्नी एंड वी आर ऑल्सो लुकिंग आउट फॉर इंस्पिरेशन बाकी सारे एंटरप्रेन्योर्स से. या तो कोई ऐसा जना जो हमको बोल दे कि भाई कोई बात नहीं, ये रुकावटें तो मैंने भी फेस की थी, डोंट वरी. ये ऑफिस का रेंट मेरे भी ओनर ने बढ़ाया था, डोंट वरी. सो ऐसी छोटी मोटी चीज़ें से लेके बड़ी बड़ी चीज़ों तक वी नीड समबडी टू टॉक टू, समबडी जिसकी हम बातें सुन सके या तो पढ़ सके. ऐसा कोई हमें चाहिए, राइट? सो आई थिंक व्यापार जगत इज ऑल अबाउट दैट. पर हम मेरे मुंह से ज़्यादा बेटर है कि हम वी विल नो इट फ्रॉम डॉक्टर प्रवीण परमार्स वे ऑफ सेइंग इट एज टू व्यापार जगत क्या है, ये फेमप्रेन्योर अवार्ड्स क्या है. And before I invite him, I want to tell you that MTM Multitasking Mommies is overjoyed, is thankful, is proud to be support partners at Fempreneur Awards as well as the conference. So, here is Dr. Pravin Parmar for all of us. Good evening, sir. Sir, તમે મ્યુટ છો.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rachi. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, multitasking mommies.
વેરી ગુડ ઇવનિંગ. આજે પહેલી વાર મને મારી એનર્જી ઓછી લાગે છે અને તમારું એકદમ વધારે લાગી રહ્યું છે આજે.
No, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, that's how we. I think we whenever we take some initiative. So we are excited to have some sort of change in the community, something which is adding some sort of value to the female entrepreneurs or the entrepreneurs life. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you very much, sir. There are many who are watching us live. I want to thank everyone who made time to watch this live session live right now. Please feel free to ask all the questions that you need to know about vyapaarjagat.com or for Dr. Pravin Parmar, or anything that you feel to ask about entrepreneur journey. Please feel free to ask. I can read the FB comments live. So here we are. We have Vaishali Mistry, we have Namrata ji, we have Hiral, we have Dr. Madhuri also here live with us. Thank you everyone for joining in. Apart from whatever I said about Dr. Parmar, he is a consultant at 50 plus information and technology companies, as well as visiting faculty at Times Business School, Ahmedabad, and Charusat. Charusat, if I am not correct, yeah,
Charusat University. Yeah.
Charusat University, and AMA, that is Ahmedabad Management Association. સર, આપણે તમારી જર્નીની વાત નાનકડી થોડીક કરી લઈએ. લેટ અસ નો અબાઉટ યુ ફર્સ્ટ.
For sure, Rachi, and yeah, certainly. So, Rachi, I'm coming from a small town called Botad. I'm sure most of the people have heard this name because near Botad there is a place called Salanpur Hanuman, and which is very famous. So that's how Botad got famous. And there are so yeah, I'm so coming from a farmer family, and if I talk about my childhood, so I was brought up in a very we were used to live in farm itself, wherein I was to go to school every day from farm to the municipal school, wherein my primary education was in the government school, right? And again, so if I'll not take much about this particular thing, but yeah, so that was a school wherein there were only 5 classes, and again we वो बोलते हैं ना कि ऊपर छत भी नहीं थी, और so that kind of the infrastructure we were having at that time. And yeah, so I had my primary education, and then in 2003 I came to Ahmedabad for higher education. So I have done BCA, then MCA, and so yeah, during the MCA I was selected in Microsoft, and that's how the whole journey changed. And I've started working as a ERP consultant, or you can say technical consultant. With so we were I was selected in Microsoft as a Microsoft student partner, and we were used to do a lot of campus activities in colleges and universities. So that's how the whole journey started. And then as soon as I finished my MCA, I was selected. I was placed rather in one of the Microsoft Gold Partner company, where I've started my career as a technical consultant. Yeah, so that's how the whole journey started. And since 2011, I'm running my own venture, wherein we are into consulting and helping startups and entrepreneurs, those who want to develop the IT-enabled startup or IT-enabled any product or anything. Yeah, so that's how it is. Yeah.
So the humble starting started from છત વગરની સ્કૂલ થી અહીંયા સુધી currently, right? So there is a long path to go, and we wish you all the success. So our FEMPRENEUR Awards, what is it all about, sir? What is the vision of the award?
Certainly. So, Rajsi, so before I jump into the FEMPRENEUR, I in a minute I want to introduce Vyapaar Jagat, wherein when I failed my first startup. So it was the journey from 2012 to 2017, and so during this 5-6 years, which was I were having a product which was for enterprises, and it was all about the cloud and mobile based HRMS. So I know I was getting amount or the money where I can run my business, I can run my family, but it was not something where we were whatever we were expecting, I was not getting it. So I was saying that it is a failure to me. And once I feel that it is a failure, and then I have started doing some sort of research, and found that not only me, in India, there are a lot of startups are getting failed. And if particularly I talk about the number, then 94% startups are getting failed in the first 4 years, right? So that is the number. Yeah, that is the number. And I found that why startups or any new entrepreneur is getting failed. So there are so many reasons. And after doing all these studies and surveys, I found that people do not have sufficient experience. Okay, whenever so whether you talk about the funding, or whether you talk about the marketing, or finding the co-founder, or finding the right investor, anything, right? So everything, if you have the right experience, then you will not fail, right? So I found that if suppose experience is the most powerful thing, then how we can get it. So the very basic thing is, startup has to do job for in a particular company, in whatever kind of startup anybody wants to start. So again, if suppose he will go for a job, then he has to spend like 5 to 10 years, and to understand each and every department and sort of things. So instead, there is a practical and the most powerful approach, which is learning from others experience, right? So that simply says learning from others journey, learning from others story. And that's how I thought there should be a platform wherein not only startup, but we can have journeys, or we can have stories of such entrepreneurs, those who have failed, those who have faced a lot of struggles, challenges. And that's how we got the idea of vyapaarjagat.com. And so it is a platform wherein we are promoting, we are motivating entrepreneurs in several ways, right? So first, we have started doing, publishing stories and taking video interviews. And then we thought that, recognition is something which is again most powerful thing. And in today's time, there are, two ways wherein, someone is getting recognized. One who is paying like 50,000, 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees for the award, and they are getting recognized, right? So they are, felicitated on stage, and then so many tam jam. And there is one more type of recognition wherein the agencies, or the the kind of associations are finding such kind of people, and they are honorary giving the award. So we thought, why don't we have the kind of platform wherein the one who is who believes that he is deserving the recognition, who believes that I have done something, I have done something wherein the some people's life got changed, or impacted, right? So they can come and they can participate. So it has to be the kind of competition. And that's how we name it as a rated awards, right? So that's how we come up with the rated awards concept, wherein it is not a paid award, it is not the honorary award, it is something which is a competition. Okay, and if you think you want to be part of it, join it. If you think it is something wherein you are not ready, no worries. We are repeating this particular competition every year. And that's how so the whole flagship event concept, we come up with the Vyapaar Jagat convention and awards. And we did first event in 2020, then 2021. And there was the great feedback and response we had. And that's how it has forced me to start something else for other other domains or categories, wherein I found that women empowerment is something which people are talking about a lot, but nobody is providing a platform, right? So we should come up with a practical solution. A lot of people are talking about it, but that talk does not solve the problem, right? So it has to be solved. And wherein we thought, let us celebrate a women's day every year in a format wherein we will provide a platform wherein entrepreneurs, especially women entrepreneurs, can come and tell their story, they can share their experience. So that's how we got 3 days conference. So 3 days conference is all about sharing woman experience. And the whole aim is wherein the new talent, the budding women entrepreneurs, as well as new women entrepreneurs, can learn from others experience, right? So that's how the entire concept came in my mind. And we announced a bit late because this Omicron was there, and sort of other things. So it was sometime stopping me that let us not do this year, and we will start from next year, and so and so. But then again, I thought, why should I wait, right? So let whatever we have, let us try to at least recognize whatever the kind of number of women we can. So that's how we started. So yeah, so it is 3 days virtual conference, and we are going to recognize 120 plus women, wherein we have 41 categories in total, right? And it is, as I have said, it is total competition, wherein per category we are inviting nominations, and per category we will invite one winner, first runner up, second runner up. So that's how in one category three women will get recognition. So that's how it is, Raji. I
That's
hope I have
amazing.
answered your question.
So
Yeah.
you are going to award 120 women entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So recognition is about, yeah,
It
120
has
women.
3 awards per category, no?
Correct.
First,
Yeah.
second, and third. That is amazing, sir. That is a great job that you're doing. We have loads of thank yous in the comments. Miss Hiral is remembering you because she has won twice this award of yours, most coveted award of yours. Everybody is saying thank you and great and everything. So you have great comments in the Facebook section. Um, Dear all, plus please don't forget to write your questions here because we can solve your queries right away as sir is here with us. 3 days conference, yes, but what does it include? The awards as well as what else is there in the convention that the person might benefit from?
Absolutely. So, yeah, when I say 3 days conference, so we have divided all 3 days in three theme. So, first day is all about the COVID related things, where we are going to have a set of sessions which will which will be so there will be, let's say, the whole day is the theme is COVID fight. So what will happen is, we will have two, three panel discussions wherein we will have female entrepreneurs, those who have started their business during the COVID time, right? So we want to have, those women, and they will tell their story on that particular day. The same way, we will have certain one or two panel wherein, healthcare people will talk about, the industry and, set of things which, a woman should know. Second day is all about sustainability, because sustainability is most important thing. And third day is all about innovation, that is, the future, and what any entrepreneur should do. So that way, we come up with a lot of new subjects, wherein we are going to discuss about rural entrepreneurship. We are going to discuss about the mompreneurs, homepreneurs, work from home. We are also going to discuss about atmanirbharta, as well as we are going to discuss about government policies and startup schemes for women entrepreneurs. The same way, we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, by hosting this particular event. So we will also have government officials who will join, and they will talk about Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, as well as we will have certain experts. They will talk about Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and why we are celebrating. So that's how the whole 3 days conference is planned. And yeah, so we again, in the agenda, every day we will announce like 15 winners. So that's how every day, the at 5:30 or at 5 o'clock, we will have winners announcement, which is going to be a virtual one, right? So winners will be announced, and then we will invite all the winners, first runner up and second runner up, to the offline event, which is hosted at Mumbai. It is hosted at Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE, in Mumbai, and it is hosted on. It is scheduled on 25th of March. Yeah, 25th of March. Yes.
That is great. Amazing to know all this. But those who are viewing us, imagine we go to an award night and or a conference and we listen to lectures, we listen to people who motivate us. So many things happening in that conference, but we never thought that it is so well planned. Kya these 3 days are actually theme based, so it's so well planned. Everything, every lecture, every session is planned in a way that it becomes interesting anytime the person is coming in. Suppose our live જેમ કે થવાનું છે તો the moment you enter there is something going on which will definitely interest you. So these things are planned so well, as he said. So he has this plan, everything in his mind ready. This is how it should be, and that is how I'm sure it is going to happen. All the very best for the offline conference as well. Um,
Thank you so much.
but what is the last date to register?
Yeah, so still nominations are open. In fact, we have also opened the public voting platform, and nominations will be open till 28th of February, and voting platform will open till 3rd of March. Yeah, so that's how it is planned, wherein every nominee will get time to share the link and ask for votes. In fact, Vyapaar Jagat is also promoting each and every nominee. So we will also ask our subscribers and viewers and visitors to what to any woman entrepreneur they think they are deserving the award, right? So that's how it is planned. Yeah, 28th is our last day to nominate. Yes.
Yes. Now categories may can you give us a few names as to what categories they are? Just a few to name.
Absolutely. So again, so as I have said, there are 41 categories, and we have mainly divided these 41 categories into uh, 7 or 8 major titles, wherein our first aim was to recognize COVID warriors. The second is the woman excellence kind of thing. The third one was innovation, or the innovators, those who are doing something different from others, or they are using technology and different ideas and set of things. And kind of the individual women, those who are playing the role as a leader, right? So we also have set of leadership categories, wherein someone who is a mentor, someone who is a trainer, someone who is a let's say influencer, or even we have one special categories wherein an employee. So employee is you can say a professional entrepreneur, right? So entrepreneur word is something which is not defining exactly the business person. Certainly it is there, but so professional entrepreneur, wherein someone who is working within the organization can also have the entrepreneurial mindset, and we are also going to recognize those employees. And the same way, we have also categories for manufacturing business, service business, and startup. Yeah, so these are the major categories. And if suppose I talk about certain unique categories which you will never find on any other platform. So those kind of categories are like mompreneur awards, homepreneur awards, right? And again, there are a set of categories for the one who is running community online or offline. So we also want to recognize those kind of leaders, those who are running a community, and they are ultimately providing a platform where the entrepreneurs can get engaged, and they can build solid relationship with other entrepreneurs. So yeah, yes, Rachi, yeah, that's how it is about categories.
When Vaishali told me that please do not forget to mention that we are very happy and proud to be the support partners of Vyapaar Jagat and this award and the conference, uh, I was I was bit okay. Why are we saying this? Why are we so proud? Now I know why we are so proud of being the support partners here. And now that I know all the details, it feels even better to be saying this, that MTM is proud partner of this whole FEMPRENEURS Award as well as the conference. Now, there is one question, sir.
Yes, please.
Meghna Oza is asking, it's only public vote based. Um, you have a criteria. So, we need to know criteria of judging, sir.
Correct. So, yeah, it's a very I think a very important question, and uh, I think who asked it? Yeah. So, thank you so much
Yes.
for asking. Yeah, Meghna. Yeah, thank you so much for asking that particular question. So, yeah, when we say a rated award, so we have given 50% weightage to jury assessment and 50% weightage to public voting. Okay. And when I talk about jury assessment, so again, the criteria will vary from category to category, because there are several categories, uh, right? But if suppose in general I talk about, so we will look at the leadership qualities, we look at about the professionalism, we look at the social service, we look at the what kind of innovation or technology you are using in your business, and the kind of productivity and growth which you have gained in your business. So these are the, I mean, the general categories general criteria which the jury will do assessment based on that. And as far as public votes is concerned, wherein it is very clear, wherein every nominee will get their own creative. They will get one page wherein the brief profile will be mentioned there, category and everything is mentioned there. And Vyapar Jagat is sharing on all our social medias, and in fact on our WhatsApp group as well. And those who have nominated, they have experienced this thing, that how it is working, right? So again, we are sharing all these details with nominees as well, so that they can also share with their contact spheres. Yes.
I have myself voted for quite a few of my friends, and it is a very open way of voting. So there is no way anybody could cheat. Also, that is a very beautiful part of the whole thing. Because એવું ન થાય કે એક જ માણસ 100 votes આપે, that cannot be possible. You can vote for one person. I can vote for one person only once, so which is good. So that I experienced on my own. So that's a great platform. Now there's one also question from Meghna, uh, which is a typical Pelu, થોડુંક tricky question છે, not typical.
Yes,
That
please. I'll try my best to answer. Yeah.
yeah, social media પર ન હોય તો શું કરવું?
Those who are not in social media,
Yes.
okay, they can also nominate. I mean, see, again, it is not something wherein we are looking at social media. No, not at all. So, see, when I talk about jury, okay, so jury evaluation is something wherein we are going to ask a set of questions. So let me tell you here. I mean, so those questions will not only provide details to jury, but those questions will also help you to assess your business, right? Do you remember when you have assessed your business, right? वो एक
Donate.
एक लोग बोलते हैं कि लाइफ में आपको कभी ना कभी जो है वो समेशन करते रहना चाहिए कि आपने अभी तक क्या किया है ना? So that is something that this practice is helping, wherein आपका assessment, आपके business का assessment जो है वो jury form से होता है. I got your question wherein you are emphasizing more on public voting, कि जहाँ पे social media अगर आप use नहीं करते हो, तो I am sure you are using WhatsApp or Insta. I mean maybe not Instagram. So कुछ ना कुछ चीजें तो use करते होंगे. अगर आप use नहीं करते हो, तो आपके well wishers जो है उनको बोल दो, they will promote you. And so again, so the core idea was wherein we thought, when we say voting, so it is not just about taking votes from your family and friends. It is more like you get votes from your customers and vendors, right? So you can tell them via email, you can tell them in whatever ways you are using to communicate with your customers and vendors. So you can, that way you can tell them, that is something wherein the rated thing is getting measured. So how many watts you have collected from customer and vendor. So again, we are not having any such kind of filter, but that is the core thing, I think. So if suppose you think you are electronically communicating with your customers and vendors, then this is something which you can communicate with your customers and vendors. Yeah.
Correct. I think what you're saying is your reach will matter more than the kind of votes you will get. The more you reach out, the more you will get votes, obviously, right? And again,
Absolutely. Yeah.
it comes back to you saying that tamari data bank thi વધારે important. The way you treat your customers as well as the vendors. Very nicely put. Thank you very much, sir. Meghna has thanked you for both the answers. There's one more question which says, if can anybody else collect the award on a person's behalf?
Yeah, physically, yeah, you can send your staff member or your co-founder or someone else can collect a trophy and certificates on the stage. Yeah, certainly.
Okay, so Vaishali ji, I think your question is also answered. Um, that is a list of questions we had currently online. Rest of all, people have wished each other the best wishes for this award, because many of our MTM members have also been nominated. Many of them. So, Roj Rate, I do that. I sit and vote for my friends so that I don't forget to vote for them. So thank you very much for providing this platform. I have a few more comments. Yes. Um, That is it from our side, sir. The doubts are all clear. Dear all who are watching us live, if you have any other doubt, any other question, please do post. I think all the all the questions have been answered by sir. So yes, that is it. We do not have more comments. So thank you very much, sir. And as Vaishali rightly said, that I want to repeat this again and again, that MTM Multitasking Mommies is proud to be the support partners at FEMPRENEUR Awards and the conference, and wish you all the very best, sir. And wish all the contestants also all the very best, and may you win. So that is it from our side, sir. Um,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rachi. So yeah, so for those who are not having questions as of now, and if you think you have any questions in future as well, so I'm personally always available to respond on most of the messages which I'm getting on my WhatsApp, right? So I'm even just a call away if you have any sort of questions. So that is one thing. And Rachi, so I'm really thankful wherein the way Vaishali Ben is supporting this particular event. So I think she is doing something which is out of the way. And in fact, I really appreciate her effort and the way she is supporting the whole event. And yeah, so I'm really thankful, Rajsi and Vaishali ji and the entire community of multitasking mommies for supporting this particular initiative. And I just want to share one small feedback which I'm getting since last 2 years, and as it is a rated awards,
yes.
I'm getting a lot of feedback wherein my even my near and dear ones, they are saying that Pravin, ye kya ho raha hai? I mean, why I am not getting the award. Okay. And so people are trying to judge themselves. They said I have done these and that, and that fellow has not done anything, and still you have given the award to that particular person, and why I have not been recognized. And so many feedback I am getting since last 2 years. And so it is actually not demotivating me, wherein we are very clear, we are very transparent, and so the decision maker is not me. Please understand that the jury panel, they are giving score to us, and that's how we are deciding winner. And the second is public voting. So based on your votes and set of things, we are announcing winners. So if you did not win, then also you are winner. So do not I mean do that particular thing. But again, if you have any sort of questions, anything, Joe, I'm just a call away, and I would love to answer all your questions even post event. So feel free to reach out me. And because this is something which मतलब 200 किलोमीटर से यहाँ अहमदाबाद आके जो कुछ स्टार्ट करना है, जो कर रहा हूँ, राइट, तो मैं यहाँ से ऐसे ही नहीं जाने वाला हूँ, राइट. एंड so again, this is something which is not temporary. This is going to be every year, and we have lifelong vision wherein we are even planning to do it city wise, state wise, right. So many things are in queue. But yes, so impacting life of more than 10 lakh entrepreneurs is a mission, and this is not a company, this is a mission on which we are working, the entire team, and everyone is supporting and we're working. Yeah, so that's it, Rachi. Thank you so much for hosting this particular session. And let me tell you, last but not least, is you are a great host. Thank you so much for inviting me. Yes, thank you so
Thank
much,
you very much.
entire team. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, whoever has watched us live. And as sir rightly said, that he is available always on WhatsApp. And I want to correct him. He said he replies most of his messages. Let me correct you, sir. You reply all of your messages, because every time we got back to you, you have definitely got back to us. So here is one beautiful human being and a person who thinks about women entrepreneurs. And as he rightly said, that it's not temporary; it is going to be permanent, and we'll always be permanently here with Vyapaar Jagat. With this happy note, we are ending this interview. Thank you very much, sir, and good evening. Goodbye, everyone. Stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy.
Thank you so much.